Boston and trying to keep the Bearcats on top now. And Butch joins us now on First Take. It's not easy because change makes it difficult every year. You step into a role, though, Butch, 12-0 last season. When you came in, what was your greatest area of concern? What were you thinking about most at that point?
Well, you know what? We've been through this before, having taken over a program. It has very high expectations, not only for myself, but our staff. And we've done a great job. Our administration has been extremely supportive, and the expectations surrounding our football program is incredible. We've sold over 22,000 season tickets. All of our home games are sold out, so there's great momentum behind our program, and now we're going to become a consistent program year in out, a top 10 program.
You say expectations are great and people are coming out. What is your expectation for this team this year?
Well, as you know, every team formed its own identity, and last year's season was very special, and we have to replace some very explosive players who you just spoke about. But right. I like our mentality, I like our attitude, and first and foremost is to graduate our players, win the Big East Conference Championship, and win the national championship, and I really believe we can get that done in Cincinnati. We say we're building the best college football program in America, and that's an all-encompassing word, from on the field, off the field, and everything that you do. But, you know, the great thing about being a head football coach is you get to set the vision, and that's our vision for UC football.
Let's talk about some of the departures and then the guys that maybe are replacing. I mentioned that Tony Pike is gone. I guess the good news in that is because he was injured last year, Zach got a chance to go in there. Where do you think Zach stands now that he's your starter going in this time around?
Well, I'm really excited about Zach Collaros, our junior quarterback out of Steubenville, Ohio. And, you know, the big thing for him is now going from being a part-time starter to a full-time starter, and having functional intelligence and knowing how to manage a game. And I think if you speak with him, he'd tell you that the last part of spring football, the game slowed down. He made all the right reads, you know, was very comfortable with our offense, and the kids believe in him, and that's the biggest thing.
Marty Gilliard as receiver, who tries to step into that role now?
Well, yeah, and you know, you just don't replace Marty, not only on offense, but also in the special teams end of it. But we have a very talented receiving core with Armand Binns, and then the USC transfer, and Vidal Hazelton, and DJ Woods, and so we're excited about those individuals. You know what, Dana, the great thing is it's been a very smooth transition. Our players have been great. They've done everything that we've asked of them and more, and we've challenged them, not only on the field, but in the classroom. And this past summer, we had about 40 individuals with a 3.0 or above. Our cumulative was a 3.4 GPA. So, you know, they've answered the call, and they know how to win, and they expect to win, and as you know, that's big.
The last time we saw them on the field, not the way I think any of them would have wanted to be, going up against Florida and suffering that loss. Did you see that maybe leave a mark in them when you talked to them about going ahead this year?
Well, yes, and you know, the great thing for me is I was able to witness all that. I was hired on December 16th, and hats off to Mike Thomas and our administration, because I thought that helped our kids. And so being through that process, but yes, they're very hungry and they want to prove themselves again.
Now, you had a very interesting part of your off-season. There's really no off-season for you, but let me say the summer at least. Got a chance to go to batting practice with the Boston Red Sox and the Bearcat, Kevin Youkilis there. What was BP like?
Well, I tell you what, being at Fenway Park for the first time, I found myself for 9 innings, and it went all the way to the bottom of the 9th against the Tigers, is just reliving all the history and proud tradition of the Boston Red Sox. And then I can't say enough about Kevin, and there's no bigger Bearcat fan in this country than Kevin Youkilis. So it's, you know, I'm disappointed what's happened to him this season, but I'm looking forward to spending some time with him again.
What was the one standout moment for you about being there at Fenway?
I think just taking in all the history, and then the game went down to the bottom of the 9th, and you know, they were down, I believe, by 3 runs going in the bottom of the 9th, and nobody left. And just the excitement and the passion, it reminded me a lot of the excitement that surrounds our football program.
Now, BP, how'd you do?
Well, we came a little late.
Oh.
And, I'm not going to tell you the airlines, but we were delayed.
I heard wrong. Okay.
It was disappointing, but just being there, I think, was a special event in itself.
Maybe next year you can get in there with you.
Exactly.
Well, thanks so much for joining us. Good luck this season. It's, as Mike and I were talking about, none of us can wait. We're ready for college football and NFL to get started.
Thank you. You'll be here in no time.
Yeah, well, no doubt about it. September 4th, the opener will be at Fresno State. Still to come here on ESPN First Take.